Good morning, Lynn. Good morning, everyone. Great job, Karen. Three pounds down from yesterday. That's a good momentum start. Great job. Howdy, everybody. Charles Grant said the relapse had to stop, lost 10 pounds in a day. Had a way to reset, Brother Charles. Stacy, did I miss a picture? I'm sorry, hon. I've been so busy. Did I miss it somewhere? Tell me where to look and I'll look for Arlen's picture. I might have missed it. I had a very busy day yesterday. I'm so sorry. I love the picture we have of him in the center. Maybe that's what we're talking about. Chris down 8 pounds on the OG challenge. 8 pounds in a week. That's really good, isn't it? Hello, Sherry. Teresa Diggs. Hello, Teresa. Oh, you ran into Hulk Hogan. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I didn't even get to see Sasha yesterday. I had, about the time she come in, I went to my little office and we didn't even connect yesterday. I'm so sorry. You may have had, Sasha. My phone had at least 300 texts and emails, so I may have missed it. At least 300. Hey, Brenda. We'll get started. We're talking fast track today, but first, off shameless plug. Make sure this is Sasha's, obviously. Peak performance, you got to do it. You need that, need to complete all those nutrient gaps. Your body will not efficiently lose body fat if you have nutrient deficiencies, and we all do. So fill those nutrient deficiencies. We recommend peak performance. I already took mine. Also got my collagen boost. Collagen boost. See, you can tell it's collagen boost. Everybody should be taking that stuff too. All right, everybody, we're going to get started. My name's Travis Martin. I've lost over 100 pounds on the program, come off all prescription medications. The program's changed my life. I come off high blood pressure medicine, high cholesterol medicine, acid reflux medicine, type 2 diabetes medications, depression medications. My sleep apnea is no more. The program changed my life, and it's went on to change tens of thousands of other lives. And those folks have lost millions of pounds, millions of inches, and you can do the same thing. It's not a hard part program, practical, sustainable, and fun, but it's not a diet. The first 3 letters of the word diet spell die. Anything we start with and can't stick with forever is a waste of our time. Talked to someone yesterday, and they said they lost 42 pounds on this program, and they said they hit a plateau. They said they hit a plateau. I looked at their journal, which was non-existent, and they were leaving. They said that they haven't lost any weight in 2 weeks after losing 42 pounds, not journaling, so I couldn't help. And they were going to some app program. I think it's called Noom. They were going to try Noom. And, you know, I think part of the problem is that is the incorrect expectations. We need to have the right expectations, and we'll talk about that today, along with the other fast track lesson 2 topics. One of those topics being the thermic effect of food. But we have to have a lifestyle, and you have to give your body time to adjust. See, when we all come here, we're mostly burning glycogen, and that glycogen is attached to water. Let's take Charles as a case study. Let's take Charles as a case study. Charles had lost 140, 150 pounds. He had a lot going on with his family, had a relapse, and he put back on quite a bit of that. And then Brother Charles is back. He said he got back yesterday, started back yesterday. And Brother Charles lost 10 pounds in one day. But if that's his expectation going forward, is he going to stick to the program? No, not at all. And I think that's the expectation, that we should be losing pounds per day. Body fat does not come off of the body in pounds. Body fat comes off in inches. It comes off in inches. There's 3,500 calories stored in 1 pound of fat. This is a fat model. This pound of fat takes up this is how much space it takes up on the body. When you lose 1 pound of fat, you're losing a lot. So take our program, for example. Worst case scenario, if you just lived, let's say that you were small of stature, lean tissue wise, not body mass wise, but lean tissue wise, didn't have a highly functioning metabolism, and you just did the blue column of Shibboleth, the blue column combinations, which some people call slow fat loss. Let's just say that you did those and you did that every day and you had 6 holidays a month. See those little lines on the fat that I've drawn? They're getting faint. So from this much over, this much, I can lose this much fat every day going slow with Shibboleth. That's a lot of fat. That's a lot of fat that you're losing. That's a hunk of chunk right there. What if you just lived a proper lifestyle and you were dropping that much every single day? One of these every week. We do better than that here. I'm just saying, think about it. If you were preserving muscle and losing fat, eating delicious foods, protein, carbs, fat, combined the right way, and you just enjoyed life, you focused on other areas of life, and we stopped being hyper fixated with food all the time, in a year, you'd be down 52 of these. Thank you, Lynn. You'd be down 52 of these, folks. Life-changing stuff. Doing the slow version of Shibboleth. And in that journey, your weight wouldn't go straight down. There'd be ebbs and flows. 1 gallon of water is more than 8 pounds. So if it's that time of the month for a lady, if you were losing this much every day, ounces, that's great. But during that time of the month, that would be masked. It would be hidden by some temporary water gain. The idea is to live a practical, sustainable, delicious, and fun lifestyle every day, every week, every month, forever. By the way, if you don't find your forever program, you're wasting valuable time and money. Yeah. I don't care if you go and pay for weight loss surgery. You're wasting valuable time and money if you don't learn how to eat right, because you will gain it back. In fact, I know there are people who have had success with weight loss surgery, but I don't know them. I know no one that 2 years after, there's a key, 2 years after weight loss surgery had success. So why would someone do that? Alter their digestive system if they're not going to learn to eat properly and not going to keep the weight off? Why would we go through that pain? It's because of incorrect expectations. See, you're going through Fast Track right now, the most free, most comprehensive, most supportive program on planet Earth. I know that it is, because nobody else would do what I do. I promise you. I promise you. Nobody else would do what I do. Not zero. Find them. Go find them. I want to meet them. They'll be my new best friend, and we will have war stories to tell each other. No one would do this. Not the way I do it. No one. And in your hand today, you've got the most comprehensive education, support, care that you'll ever have. But you've got to set up your expectations the right way. So when we start the program, we start with Fast Track. By the way, this is lesson 2. Chris says, I'm sad a person I signed up for Shibboleth last year gave up and got surgery. It's too hard. Unfortunately, she's about to learn what hard is. I hate that for her too. Not upset with her, upset with our culture for even allowing that kind of thing. Yeah, 18 months from now, she's going to learn what hard is, unfortunately. This is easy. So in our lesson 2 today, by the way, you might want to go through Fast Track a few times to master it. But we will get through Fast Track this week, and on Thursday, you'll know what to eat, how to eat. We're going to take the test, pass the test, and earn the Fast Track badge. This is our lesson 2. So let's talk briefly. So let's summarize yesterday, and let's talk about our expectations. Now, is this fast or slow? If you follow the program strictly, you're going to lose 10% of your body weight in your first 30 days. Most people do that in 2 weeks. 10% of your body weight. Now, obviously, that can't continue because in a year, that would mean that you lost 120% of you. That won't hold up. But this is how we'll start, because we'll be getting rid of excess glycogen and the water molecules attached to that glycogen so that we can efficiently burn fat. So a person that starts at 250 pounds can be down 25 pounds in only 30 days. Is that good? Now, let's say that I'm 250 and I drop 25. Now I'm at 225 pounds. That 5th week, I can expect to lose about 1% of body weight, or about 2.25 pounds that week. And most of that in the 5th week is going to be this. That's pretty good. I lose 2.5, then I'm down to 222.5, and that next week I lose about 1% if I adhere to the program, and I'm down 2.2 pounds. Again, and it'll just keep coming off. Your weight loss chart will look like this. It'll look like this until you reach goal. But you have to embrace that this is the journey. And if all you're doing is thinking about the outcome, if that's all you're doing is thinking about that outcome down there, and you don't enjoy this process from here to there, you will not be successful. You won't stick to it. Now stay with me. Let's do some behavior modification a little bit here. I've got a question for you, and it's going to be a painful one to answer. Which one excites you the most? On a scale of 1 to 10, what excites you the most? When I ask the following, where does your excitement go? The result of losing all of your weight and waking up at your ideal weight. On a scale of 1 to 10, if you can visualize that, Wellness Coaching 101. Visualizing your goal. Wow. I thought everybody would say 10. I'm shocked. I thought everybody would say 10. So only a 9 and an 8. Wow. Okay. I'm going to let you know when you're ready to lose weight. If you reaching your, now listen, if you reaching your physical goal, if you can visualize that in your mind's eye and you reaching your highest and best self physically speaking, if you're anything less than a 10, you probably will not keep the weight off. You've got to figure out how to get that at a 10. You got to get that at a 10. That's the kind of people we are. We have to want something really bad. And if you're like, well, it's okay. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Life throws so much at you, you may digress. Here's another question. Now, when I say the process of losing weight means that you're going to have to give up eating what you want, when you want, as much as you want. You're going to have to journal every day. You're going to have to come to class once a week. You're going to have to keep continuing to learn and educate yourself. You're going to have to go for long walks to expend extra energy. You're going to have to take your vitamins and your minerals. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much did that excite you? Now, be honest. Going through that process daily. The process of just the grind and doing it. How excited are you to get up out of bed and not eat white bread, white rice, white pasta, journal every day, come to class? How exciting is that? Now, if the outcome was a 10, what you desire is a 10, and the process of getting there is a 10, we've got a winner. But if you say, I'm kind of lukewarm about the process, I really want the outcome, you're never going to make it. Adults in our country don't do things they're not excited about doing, unless it's a job that they have to work to provide for their family. They'll work jobs they hate and all that stuff. But you have to find a way to enjoy the process. I actually enjoy the process. I love having some guidance daily, some direction daily. I've been the other way where I was willy-nilly about life. Life became tedious and tasteless. You got to get excited about all of it, the entire process. And when you're not, you have to have some way to elevate your motivation, to become inspired again. You have to be able to talk yourself into it and not out of it. You have to look at the invisible side items that comes with every activity. That's the only way we'll get there. So get excited. You can do it. Quick summary. It takes 3 perfect days to get back into efficient fat burning mode. It takes 2. We're depleting the glycogen. The glycogen is releasing the water attached to it. And then the body says, whoops, I need some more energy. Then it shifts and it starts burning predominantly fat as an energy source. And that's when we start losing fat. That's why the first 2 days after a holiday, you lose the most weight. And then you think the program isn't working on the 3rd day, but it's because you've burned through all that heavy water weight. Now you're burning fat. Okay. Next, a holiday. If I eat 1 tablespoon of cheesecake, that's a holiday. Yes, we have to have rules. We have to have rules. Water. I need to drink at least a quart of water each day in order to fulfill that component. Half a gallon up to a gallon. My journal. It's important that even if I don't write down all the foods that I ate, that I mark my journal perfect or holiday. False. False. We need to write down everything and make a habit of that, make a practice. I didn't get up this morning excited about brushing my teeth, but I did it because I want teeth. I didn't get up and get excited about putting my deodorant on. I did it. I didn't have to be excited about it. By the way, I put the Wellness Company deodorant on. I didn't get excited about it, but I did it because I don't want to stink. Our journal is like our sundries in the bathroom. We need to treat it like brushing our teeth and putting our deodorant on. Next, food combinations. By eating in the right food combinations, we neutralize the fat storage hormone, insulin. Correct. Portions. If I need 2 sandwiches that are Shibboleth approved and they fit under my hands, then that is allowed on a perfect day. Correct. False. If I have a Shibboleth approved recipe, I only need to make sure that I control the portion size on a portion plate. True. Timing. I need to let my digestive system rest and recover 12 hours a day. Awesome. Good deal. Sasha, did everybody get the meal ideas that we promised them yesterday? Did everybody get those? Did we send them out? She may have left me. They are on their way. Okay. We're always a day late and $1 short. Sorry, y'all. Pray for us. Thank you, Sasha. So we owe that to the 10:30 a.m. group and the 8 p.m. group. So you can start thinking about next week and what you're going to eat. This week is education week. Now, if you did this last week, this is a good week to just use this as refresher, support, and accountability. But Sasha's going to get those meal ideas out to all of our fast track students. Okay. Today, we're talking about fast track categories. There are 7 whole food categories. Sasha was telling me that she got a message, I believe it was the day before yesterday, and somebody said, I do your program, but all y'all talk about is meal replacements and processed foods. Y'all don't do whole food, and I want to do whole food. I want to go clean, says the Dorito eating queen. Sorry, I can't help it. Sometimes I just can't help it. That meanness comes out. It's true. It's true. Y'all know it's true. I want to eat clean. That's just another procrastination technique, because you wouldn't be here if you were eating clean. So basically, all we talk about, well, 80% of what we talk about is whole food. We only incorporate meal replacements because some people say, will you keep it simple? I'd rather teach nutrition. Anybody that knows me knows I'd rather be teaching whole food nutrition. Lately, I've eaten a lot of meal replacements too, and I'm very thankful that I know which ones to have. I'm glad I know the difference between one of those special K bars and a ProFlex bar. I'm glad I know the difference, aren't you? So I choose my meal replacements wisely. And I have success that way. But I know how to combine all foods because we have categorized all foods. Now, all of this is in Fast Track, your Fast Track library. I'm just going over it in a way whereby I can connect with you. So we've got category 1, lean protein, category 2, fibrous carbs, category 3, complex carbs, category 4, protein plus fat. We probably won't get to these today, but I'm going to put them up here. You've also got category 6, superfoods. Oops. Category 5, fruit. I skipped one. And then category 7, shellfish. So everything that grows on our planet and roams the earth, we've got them categorized. Now, the way we categorize them is dependent upon how they break down in our body and the chemical reactions they create in our bodies. Does anybody need me to repeat that? They're categorized based upon the chemical reactions that they create in our bodies. We've always been told the following: calories in, calories out. It's all about calories. That's how you lose weight, is operating in a calorie deficit. That is incorrect. If that were true, and we all listen to that, and we buy into that until we know better. If that were true, I could consume. We all know that if we have 1,000 calories a day, it doesn't matter who we are, we're going to lose weight, right? 1,000 calories a day, you'll lose weight. I'm not saying what kind of weight. That's dependent upon those chemical reactions in the body. But we would all lose weight if we were on 1,000 calories a day. Which one would you get the better, more healthful result from? 1,000 calories a day of fish and squash, or 1,000 calories a day of Moose Tracks ice cream? Both are 1,000 calories, but I'd get better results from the fish and squash. So obviously there's something very different. It's both the same calories going in my mouth, but when it gets in my manufacturing, my process center, something different takes place, doesn't it? So the fish and squash takes loads of blood flow. The life and health of the flesh is in the blood. Loads of blood flow to break down that fish and squash, to extract the amino acids and to break down the fiber, and all these wonderful things are taking place that causes us to expend energy. In fact, if I already in a calorie deficit and I eat fish and squash, my body has to burn additional fat just to break down that food. That's what, when we talk today about the thermic effect of food, that's what we're talking about to a degree. When I eat Moose Tracks ice cream, is sugar and bad fat? Yes or no? Highly inflammatory. It's just sugar and fat. So we're dispatching the fat bus to neutralize the sugar impact. Then we have the insulin impact, and the insulin is snatching up the fat and then planting it wherever we're genetically predisposed to store fat. You think that's a problem? In other words, you are efficiently burning fat. If you even go over your daily calorie intake by a smidge, not even your daily calorie intake, by the way. Did y'all know this? You don't have to go over your daily calorie intake before your body decides to store fat. If you eat more in one meal than your body can fully process, you'll store that additional fat or carbohydrate right then and there. Did y'all know that? They tell us about baseline metabolic rate, right? They tell us about baseline metabolic rate. It's about calories in, calories out per day. No, it's not. It's about calories in, calories out right then. If you're consuming 1,000-calorie meal and it's sugar and fat, your body can't deal with all that at one time. And it's already in the form that it's easily stored, so your body can store it right then. Your body does this. There's a voice in there that says, please, mama, please don't overfeed me. You're killing us. You're working us to death. And then you eat 1,000 calories of sugar and fat. 1,000 calories. And that little voice goes, oh no, I can only deal with this up to about 500 calories, mama. Now I've got to store the rest because I'm suffocating and drowning in the quicksand that you're feeding me. Every meal that you overeat that has a combination of sugar and fat, you're going to store it. But Travis, I ended up in a calorie deficit yesterday. Well, that helped, but too bad, so sad. All of that you ate for lunch, that 3,000 calories that you ate, and it was sugar and fat mostly, it was ready for storage, and your poor body says, I guess I'll just have to store it. I hope mama knows what she's doing. Maybe a zombie apocalypse is coming and she's preparing us. She's going to fatten us up so we can deal with the starvation in the land when the zombie apocalypse happens and the next lockdowns take place. Your body thinks you know what you're doing. That's why we have portion control. That's why we have that component, and we say, don't overeat. Y'all need to give your inner higher self a name. No, not your higher self. That's another name. You need to come up with a name for your poor body, your digestive system, your metabolism. What do y'all want to call her? What do y'all want to call her? Some name that you love so that you can hear little Sally. Sally says, Mama, please stop. I'm suffocating. I have that last Mexican cheese dip that you fed me is still in my nostrils. I can't breathe. I'm popping cheese bubbles. Stop. You're killing yourself. So, all these categories of food, the reason that we put certain foods in category 1, certain foods in category 2, is because they break down similarly. Now, really, y'all, I should have 40 different categories. Can y'all imagine, my experienced members? If we have new folks, stay with me because I'm going to show you how to learn this in an easy way in a moment. Can you imagine if we had 40 categories? In fact, if y'all would like, I can reduce this down to 3 categories today. You just won't know what's the fastest combinations. If I had it to do over, I think that's what I would have done. Here's 3 categories. There's 7 categories. So you have category 1, lean protein. There are 4 calories in a gram of lean protein. These calories create a lot of blood flow to the digestive system. You get tons of blood flow to the digestive. What does blood carry to your living tissue, by the way? Does fat need your blood flow? Does it need to pump and contract and work hard, or does it just jiggle and itch? It just jiggles and itches. But your muscle needs blood flow because that's where the nutrition's carried through the blood flow to the muscle, to the living tissue. That's where the oxygen is carried. That's why you should be taking absorbable supplements. If you're not absorbing them, your blood flow can't carry them. Your blood can't carry them. Life and health of the flesh is in the blood. So when we eat lean proteins that are not pre-digested, we're giving our body the best of the best. The best of the best. So here's some best of the best. Fish, chicken breast, turkey breast, lean ham, pork tenderloin, venison. Category 7 shellfish goes here. All shellfish works the same. We just categorize it different because some people have aversion to eating it for various reasons. So your 96% lean ground meat, your 97% Hebrew National Franks, these are the best of the best. London broil, boar's head London broil, these are the best. We call these foods exercise in the category. They're exercise on the plate. Look, when you're in a calorie deficit, are y'all with me? All right, am I boring yuns? Am I boring yuns? Trying to make nutrition fun, but sometimes it's just, you just got to explain it the way it is. So this is fat. Say this is my stored fat. Now, let's say that this is my manual transmission and I'm in gear over here and I'm burning glycogen and water. I burn all that glycogen and water up and I'm back in neutral. And I operate in a calorie deficit on the third day. I'm shifting and burning fat, correct? Now I eat a piece of fish, some grilled fish. And let's say, just for illustrative purposes, let's say that's all that I ate. I ate some fish, no fat in it. It was on the grill, didn't add any fat to it. It breaks down into nothing but amino acids. Does it spike your blood sugar or does it control your blood sugar? Controls it, powerfully so. Does it require a lot of blood flow to the digestive system to break it down? You ain't never pooped a fish, have you? Did you eat a fish and poop a fish? Something happens in there. Something takes place inside of you. You don't poop a salmon, right? Your body sent blood flow, broke that down, and extracted all the nutrition out of it, right? So you're in a calorie deficit. Does it require energy for your body to break down 6 ounces of fish? Yeah, almost as many calories as is in the fish. Somebody should shout. I know the light switch turned on for somebody. Meanwhile, somebody's still sitting over there going, this is too hard. So my body was in a calorie deficit and I just ate a piece of fish that has no glycogen or starch in it, doesn't give me any immediate energy. So how am I going to break that down? Where will my body find the energy to break it down? More fat. There's a reason that bodybuilders, when they're cutting, getting rid of that fat to show off that muscle on stage. They eat a lot of fish. It's helping them burn the fat. They eat a lot of chicken breast. So these are all exercise on a plate. Okay. Then you have the next tier, your pre-digested ones. These don't require much blood flow, but they're not really going to hurt you because they're just amino acids, basically. So you've got low-fat cottage cheese, fat-free cottage cheese, fat-free cheese. By the way, most fat-free things are high in sugar, but not fat-free cheese. And there's other cheese you can have. This is just this category of cheese. And all of this is in the library too. Greek plain yogurt, like that 000 brand. I believe it's Yoplait maybe now, Oikos 000. That's approved. Kroger Carbmaster milk, fat-free Fairlife milk, all the stuff you've always consumed. This is the category that you want to focus a lot of attention on. Hemp flakes. All right. Then next we have category 2, fibrous carbohydrate, full of soluble and insoluble fiber. By the way, some of you should hit us up about the fiber product that's glorious, that's pulling toxins out of you, that's helping you control your blood sugar, creating more satiation. But anyway, category 2, fibrous carb. Watch this. There's 4 calories in a gram of fiber, but your body can't use them. They're locked up. Did y'all know that? There's no calorie effect going on there. In fact, they just suck more fat out of your stored fat. These control insulin too. Now we got 2 things that control insulin. Are y'all catching that? We've got 2 categories that control insulin now. Boom. We call broccoli exercise on a stalk, asparagus elliptical on a stem. Broccoli, asparagus, squash, peppers, cucumbers, green beans, leafy greens of all types, okra, pickles, cauliflower. Look, last night, see, I found the secret. Does anybody believe me? Last night for dinner, and see, I know other people eat this too, but they don't realize what they're eating. I'm eating exercise on a plate. Last night, I had these from Publix in the frozen department. They're not too expensive. I had these little Langostino lobster bites, little bitty things, 0 carbs, sauteed them in MCT oil, put in a rice cauliflower medley, and put some homemade yum yum sauce on it. Ooh, boy. Sounds like something you get at the Japanese steakhouse. But what I was really eating was exercise on a plate, yuns. I was really eating exercise on a plate. Isn't that cool? So also we have to put, if y'all are new, you're about to learn how to make your first combination. Okay. Y'all about to learn how. Do I have any new folks here? Please be some new folks here that I can love on. Hey, Deborah Hamby. We got Sue with us. Hello, Sue. Welcome home. Welcome home, Norm. Welcome, Jennifer. We're so happy y'all are here, being a part of the Shibboleth family. I know it takes a little time to learn, but let us love you through it. Because once you learn it, it'll mess you up, by the way. It will mess you up. You won't believe just anything people tell you anymore. So we also have how I started. When I started my journey 20 years ago, I lost 44 pounds in less than 6 weeks eating peanut butter sandwiches and grilled cheese sandwiches. I didn't realize when I started that it was the white bread. The whiter the bread, the quicker you're dead. And the peanut butter and the jelly, the jelly and the white bread, the whiter the dead, the white bread and the jelly was shooting my blood sugar through the roof. My pancreas was releasing the fat storage hormone to regulate my blood sugar. Then it was picking up all that fat from the peanut butter and planting it wherever I was genetically predisposed to carry that fat. All I had to do to have my peanut butter sandwich was switch it out for breads that taste like bread but break down more like a green bean. And I had sugar-free jelly. And we have people say, ew, I don't want anything artificial. Then slice up a couple of strawberries and put on it. But peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. The Shibboleth way will allow you to lose weight. So I found breads. So here's 2 examples of approved bread. There are more than 100 breads allowed once you earn your fast track badge. So you have Healthy Life bread and a La Tortilla factory high fiber tortilla. Tastes like a tortilla. I actually carry these in to our favorite Mexican restaurant, and whatever I order, I use that with it. There's approved chips, there's all kinds of things, but we're talking about category 2 bread. These breads, it tastes like bread, but your body doesn't see bread. What's your person's name inside of you? I'll call mine Ralph. Travis sees bread. Ralph sees green beans. Ralph's like, thank you, Dad, for sending the green beans. I love these. These help me control all these chemicals, Dad. He's down there yelling, you can keep sending them. Good job. Jamie, there's more than 100 breads, but this is La Tortilla Factory high fiber tortilla. I'm going to show you where to find all this before the class is over. So now I've got the breads, bread replacements. Okay, let's pause there for a minute. Sasha, experienced members, how often do we hear that there's not enough variety on the program? How often do we hear that? What they really mean is, I want my Doritos and Chester Cheetos back. All the time, right? Watch this. This is just putting 2 foods together from just these categories. And if you think about having holidays, if on your perfect day, all you could have was 1s and 2s, you would lose, goodness gracious, 15% of your body weight in 30 days. And Sasha, the reason knowledge is lacking, they won't come to class. Now look, I've got my portion plate. Let's just start forming some meals together. By the way, let me digress. When we cook these, we need to cook them or prepare them in nothing but seasoning, fat-free bouillon, fat-free broth, or MCT oil, 100% MCT oil, ghee butter, coconut oil, Pam cooking spray, or hemp oil. Everybody got that? if I cook any of these foods in these, I do not have to alter the category that they are in. Question: can I cook these in vegetable oil or olive oil, etc.? Can I cook these in those? Can I cook these in vegetable oil and olive oil and any other oil? Yes, I can. Y'all miss this every week. You can, but they all become a category 4. Does that make sense now? Because we're cooking a long chain triglyceride fat into them, and that's fine. Because if you go out to eat at the restaurant, they're cooking all of that stuff in long chain triglycerides. Long chain triglycerides are already in the form of fat that's easily stored as fat. So you have to be careful with them. Now, with that said, let's assume that we're putting meals together, and if an oil is needed, we're using one of these. Could I have a boar's head, maple glazed lean ham sandwich on healthy life bread with a slice of fat-free cheese on the plate? Yes. Could I have chicken breast, squash, and okra on the plate, portion control? Could I have low-fat cottage cheese with some cinnamon? Yes. Could I have some scrambled egg whites? Could I have a spinach omelet on one side of the plate and some cottage cheese on the other side of the plate? Could I have some boar's head lean ham, boar's head lean turkey over leafy greens, cucumbers, cauliflower with a Shibboleth approved salad dressing? Could I have hamburger steak patty and green beans? Could I have lean ground beef scrambled up over rice cauliflower medley? Could I have 96% lean ground beef prepared in some tomato sauce, 50 calories of cheese in my tortilla, and have a burrito? Could I have a 97% lean Hebrew National Frank in a tortilla with ketchup, mustard, and a condiments portion of chili? Yeah, you can have ketchup. Yeah. Let me go. See, y'all confusing me. That's good, though. I need to know what you know and what you don't know. So on a meal, we can always put a condiment. Basically, condiments have no nutritive value. They don't have any nutritive value. When you don't know how much nutrition or the lack thereof is in something that you want to use as a condiment, you have this much. This is about 50 calories. So we have a 50 calorie or less rule, but here's the right rule. Up to 50 calories, but it would be better to use spices and seasonings that didn't contain calories. If you're going to pick out condiments at the grocery store, they should meet the 5, 2, and few rule. This is all in the videos. 5 grams of sugar or less, 2 grams of fat or less, and just a little bit. You don't want to go overboard with your condiment calories, because those are the kind that we easily store. Ketchup if you don't have too much ketchup is allowed. Mustard, A1, Worcestershire, a lot of the Stubbs barbecue sauces. There's thousands of condiments in the library that you can use. So they're saying that condiment was used by the chili. No. What category is chili? You could use chili as a condiment. But by the way, if you use a little bit of chili and a little bit of reduced sugar ketchup, that's hardly any calories. It's a superfood. Now, we haven't got into it yet, and I probably shouldn't have threw this one out since we were talking about ones and twos. Is that combination in your combination chart? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So now, I'm not fussing at you, because if you didn't use ketchup, that's even better. But sometimes you want some ketchup. It's okay to have a little ketchup. Just don't go overboard with your total condiment calories. I like to use 0-calorie condiments. Could I do the following? Could I have 3 ounces of fish, 3 ounces of chicken breast with a side salad? Yes. Could I have just a glass of Kroger Carb Master milk and call it a day? Could I have some Kroger Carb Master chocolate milk and call it a meal? Sure. Sure you could. And then look, those of you that are new, there's ways to bread that squash and okra. You can have the right flour, breaded okra, breaded squash. The variety is endless. And if you think about it, you could actually live off just 2 categories and lose all the weight that you wanted to lose. But why do that? We have 7 categories. If we learn it, the variety's endless. Okay, I'm going to stop there, and tomorrow we'll start talking about carbohydrate and fruit. Carbohydrate, wherever I wrote fruit up here somewhere. I feel like the weatherman. Where did I write fruit? But anyway, I wrote fruit on the board. So, yeah, up here. We're going to talk about complex carbs, superfoods, fruits, and protein plus fat. Remember, we're learning this week so that if you're new, you can get started next week. Let me show you where you can get ahead of us with a little more structure. So if you're new here, this is a good place to start. Kim Dankey's Fast Track. We want to make sure that we go through the laps so that we learn navigation and where to find everything. Doesn't take very long. And then this is your dashboard, your weekly timing chart, how much time you spent fat burning, your journal. And you've got Fast Track with Kim, the videos. You want to go through these videos so that Thursday we can take the test, pass test, and earn the badge. See how she's got it broke down? A video just on MCT, a video on EFB. Everything that you need is there, along with what I'm teaching. There might be some mild discrepancies just because Kim's a pro and her version of Shibboleth is a little different, but it still works. You've got food library and recipes. So I go to the food library. I want to stick with just the foods in this library, and there's a lot here. This is maybe 3% of the foods that are in the big library, but this is a good place to start. I would suggest you go on and start hearting the foods you like, because meal planning will be easier once you get out of Fast Track if you heart the foods you like. But that's it. That's all you got to do. Thanks, Brenda. Thanks, Teresa. Thanks, Melody. Tammy. Any questions before we go today? Any questions for yours truly? G. Hughes makes ketchup with only one carb. Awesome. Awesome. Let me look at our Q&A section. Melanie's not getting emails. If Sasha, you can hear that and help out. Is there a better time of day to take the Wellness Company fiber? I take mine in the morning or during the day if I'm hungry and it's not time to eat. Stacy, I want to know about the fiber. That's why Doug eats high fiber oatmeal every morning, because the doctor said he needs to. The high fiber oatmeal is what he found that has helped the most. I told him you said you didn't agree about the doctor rules, though. Whatever your doctor said, not what Travis says. The fiber that we promote is the best fiber I've ever seen or heard of. Very absorbable, perfect blend of insoluble and soluble fiber. And the insoluble and soluble fiber pulls toxins out of the digestive tract, helps control insulin. You could definitely mix it in to an oatmeal, but if he's doing good with that oatmeal, I wouldn't try to change that up. I'm not one of those guys just going to try to sell you something. So if he's having success with the high fiber oatmeal and that's what the doctor told him, I probably would let that run its course just for safety. Can you put a condiment portion on anything with a meal replacement? No, Lisa, I wouldn't do that. Every once in a while, I'll do a perfect pairing like a Mighty Muffin with peanut butter or a Mighty Muffin with berries. But meal replacements, all in all, should be treated as such a meal replacement. There's just too many variables. So if I said you can put condiments on meal, then I'd have to get in, you can put condiments on this one, but not this one. And maybe one day we can do that. But right now, meal replacements should be meal replacements. That's my approach for my own personal self. Is it okay to use FiberWise in my shakes for the 30-day challenge? Preferred, actually. Should we consider about safety protocol and protection of food and what should be food storage environment? I think I know what you're talking about, but could you expound on that? What you're really asking for there? We don't really get into that much in Fast Track. If you'll expound, give me a little more detail what you're actually concerned with there. Because as you know, dependent upon what food you're talking about, safety protocol is different for every single food. How we store it, how we work with it and around it is different for every single type of food. But you may be meaning something else, and I'm just not understanding. Anyone else? That actually would be a really good class to have, in my opinion. One of our journey classes, we should tackle that, because I think you're probably talking about a couple hours worth of information. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I thought you meant. What temperature, humidity, and what kind of device and weather factors should be considered. That's an entirely different class. So we probably won't cover that in here, but I do like the idea of having a class on that. Can we purchase the collagen from the store? No, you have to be a member of the Wellness Club. They are a shopping club, and you have to be a member there. We're happy to send you information about that, Gail, if you like it. Liza, are you here? Can you send Gail that write-up that we have about the shopping club? No, Arca, I'm not saying that it's out of context or out of topic. Not at all. It's an amazing topic for us to tackle. But we've been in class now for about 67 minutes, and Fast Track is meant to be beginner food combinations, beginner portions, getting people off to a fast start. When we get done with Fast Track, if you wanted to, you can go to the Shibboleth Journey or Tiger's Eye, where we take a deeper dive into those types of topics because they are of interest to folks. But for the purpose of this class, I think it's a great topic, but I don't know that I'm ready to spend 30 minutes to an hour on it. But I think it's a great idea. Anyone else? I just don't know how to summarize that for every single food in a couple of minutes, and that's all we've got left. Any other questions before we go? Remember, the goal here is to get through the week, take the test, pass the test, earn the Fast Track badge. What does the badge about lost excessive fat mean? I don't recall the badge, Tracy. If you got rid of all your excess fat, there's probably a badge that recognizes, like if you did an assessment, your assessment, Arca, I agree, that should be part of nutrition, not Fast Track. I'm in agreement. What does the badge about lost excessive fat mean? So in your assessment, there's excess fat, there's reserve fat, and there's essential fat. So you may have gotten rid of all your excess fat now, in which case, congratulations, great job, fantastic. Sue, how do I get assistance? Don't you see my questions? I don't. I actually don't. Let me look for them, Sue. Sue, I do not see anything from you. I'm scrolling up. I try to answer every question. Sue, where are you asking your questions? Are you even still here? You're still here. Where are you? Do you want me to bring you on screen with me and you ask? I don't see them. Having issue with the chat. I can have somebody reach out to you after class if you like. Are you in my website? I looked through the entire thread. Hey, Joni, I forgot you were back. Liza's not here. Sasha left, so I need your help. So Sue Nicholson says that she can't get her questions answered. So Sue Nicholson. Norm needs the shopping club info. Liza has that. I don't know where Liza's at. So can you help? Can you get that to Norm, Joni? So Norm, Joni's taking care of you. Do you have to be a member to order from Peak Performance? To order Peak Performance, you have to be a member of the Wellness Club. Anybody else before we go? I think Joni got all that information down. ARCA, anyone having poor digestive system and having age more than above 60 should go for this kind of recipe and dishes, given fast track as one of my family members is 60 plus. Stacy, Tammy has moved on to bigger and better things. She's not with us anymore. So that's why she's not in class. Tammy's moved on for other opportunities. So not out. She's going to focus her efforts on some other things. Stacy, we're happy to help you. If you'll just reach out to me and let me know what you need help with, we'll get you some help. TravisJack777@gmail.com. TravisJack777@gmail.com. Anybody else? We are not having a partner class today. I jumped the gun. I thought it was scheduled for today. Appreciate everybody's patience with me. Sasha and I are working 100 plus hours a week, and I just jumped the gun. It's supposed to start next week. I just jumped the gun. Time's going by too fast. I'm sorry. We do have it Thursday, though. Thursday at 12:30. Hey, Sherry, what flavor fiber do you like? I like the apple. I haven't tried the orange, so I don't know if I like it, but I do like the apple very much. Thank you, Talitha. All right, y'all. I think we've wrapped it up. Joni's got the information. Yeah, ARCA, this is what we do here is this fast track is about weight loss, which covers wellness. Excess fat is the leading cause of all of these issues. So we focus our time and attention here on safe, effective weight loss. That's the scope of the fast track class. So we're glad you're here. We hope we can be of service to you. What we teach is probably going to be contrary to what your nutrition experts teaching you. So it's going to be more of, what are you trying to accomplish, and, what is the best avenue and pathway for ARCA? So if you're working with nutrition experts, they're probably going to be a little different than what we do here. We're a lifestyle coach. We help people lose weight because that remedies the most number of issues: blood pressure, cholesterol, reflux, apnea, all of those things. If you're looking for like deep dive into nutrition, probably your best bet is a nutrition coach. What we do here is free to the community, and hopefully you can glean something from it to apply with what your nutrition coach and expert is teaching you. But this will be novel compared to what they're telling you. Sandra, my reflux was eliminated within weeks of doing this program. Within weeks, reflux gone. Just got to get some consistency. Got to get some consistency. ARCA, what we believe here is when you begin, the best way to lose weight, to lose body fat, is calorie deficit, insulin control, and adequate protein. We don't even get into exercise in fast track. We believe that if people take on too much too quick, that it can set them back. So just a little different kind of program. If people try to take on too much too fast, I find that they get discouraged and give up. So I try to get people started with general nutrition advice, calorie deficit, insulin control, and adequate protein. Yeah, we don't, the food chart that you're talking about, we don't abide by here. We don't go along with it. We have a different food pyramid here. It's different. All right, y'all. I'll see some of you tonight. I'll be back at 8 p.m. and we'll be doing this lesson. It'll be different again, but it'll be focused on our categories and the thermic effect of foods. All right. Goodbye, everybody. God bless. Joni Benita Crow.